Okay, welcome back. Now in this video we're going to learn some more formulas. In the last video, if you recall, all the formulas that we used had to deal with numbers. Now Excel also has text in it. So how do we use some formulas that help us manipulate text? That's what we're going to look at in this video. As you can see on this bottom right corner, I've listed out a few formulas that we'll learn about in this video. Now what do they do? If you see in our table, I've changed the first two columns. Previously, we only had, I'll show you here, we only had name, which has the first name of people. What I've done now is I've added a first name and a last name column, right? So Gurpreet Singh, Priya Malhotra, Maria Gonzalez, names like that. Now, what if for whatever reason you want that Gurpreet Singh should actually show up together in a single cell? You want to combine the full name of every person in this table. How can you do that? Well, first what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new column here. I right click and click on insert, and I'm going to call this column full name. Okay, now we'll use the concatenate function. Concatenate is an English word which means to combine things. Okay, so I'll again press the equal, I'll write concatenate. See, it already shows you. I'll type the whole thing. Join several text strings into one text string. That's what this function does. So I'll open bracket, I'll select Gurpreet, it says A2, then I'll put comma. Next I want to add Singh, so that's B2, and now I'll close my bracket and I'll click enter. And what happened here? You see, it has combined Gurpreet Singh, but there's no space between the first name and last name. How can I fix that? Well, you have to manually add the space in the formula. How do you do that? See, when you're writing concatenate, you do A2, which is the first name, but then after A2, what you do is you add a space. Now, in a formula, anytime you are manually writing some text, you have to put it inside quotes. You know, these quotation marks, double quotation marks. So inside this double quotation mark, I'll put a space, and then I will write B2. Okay, now you see it's A2, then a space, but the space has to be inside double quotation marks, then B2, and I press enter. You see, it shows Gurpreet Singh exactly like that. Now, what you can also do is you go here and you get that plus sign again, and I drag it all the way down. You see, it's updated everyone's names in one go. That's exactly how we wanted it. But now you see what it has done is the formatting for the first cell is copied everywhere. So I'll just simply go fill without formatting, and it maintains the formatting of every row. That's good. But there's another way of doing it. That's the thing with Excel. There's many ways of doing the same thing. There is no right way. You just have to use the way that is the most convenient and the easiest to use for you. That's the best way to use Excel. Now let me show you something, how to do it with the AND function. I'll delete all of this. I'm sorry. Oops. Okay, I'll just delete this. Now, previously we used the concatenate function. Now what we'll do is, instead of using the concatenate function, we'll use this, the ampersand or AND function. It does the exact same thing, and you use it also very similarly. First, I will select A2, then I'll select AND, then I'll select B2, and I press enter, and you get Gurpreet Singh. Again, the same error as before. So what I'll do is I'll do AND, I'll put the space inside double quotation marks, remember, then I'll do AND B2, and see, it's Gurpreet Singh. Again, if I drag it all the way down, it copies the exact same thing, exactly as before. So that's one way of combining two texts together, and you can do it with as many texts as you like. By the way, there is no limit to it. Here I'm only doing two rows or two columns at this time, but you can do it with 3, 4, 5, however many you like. But usually we only have to do it for 2 or 3 at maximum. Anyway, now let's learn something new. What if first I will pull this all the way here, fill without formatting. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this, and I'll go to a new sheet. Okay, and I'll paste this here. Oh, see, it's not pasting because it shows a formula reference error. Because, so to do that, what I have to do is I have to go here. If you remember, I have to copy. Then when I paste here, I have to, right, I have to paste values here. You see, right now I don't care about formatting, so I'm okay with just pasting the values. Now I want to separate this into first name and last name. Now if you're wondering, we just combined it, like 2 minutes ago, why am I separating it again? Of course, you don't actually have to do it in real life, but for the sake of this video, I'm just showing you how to do it now. So to separate this text into the first name and last name, we're going to make use of this text to columns function that's put in the data tab. To use it, what we'll do is first we'll select all the text that we want to separate. Then we'll click on the text to columns and this wizard opens up, this box. Okay. Now we select the delimited option and you see it says characters such as commas or tabs or even spaces actually. So you click next and here see I've selected the delimiter as space. Now if I don't select this, you see it shows you the data preview as just Gurpreet Singh Priya Malhotra, but soon as I select space, it separates, you see this line over here, it separates the first name and the last name, right? Then when I click on next, it shows you what column data format you want. So I want it as text and what destination you want. Currently the destination is selected as A2 and A2 is this one. So what it will do is it will overwrite the existing text. I don't want that. So what I will do is I'll manually just change this to B2, which is this one. So the text will get copied over here. Now I click finish and see, simple as that, the entire text got copied over and broken down into first name and last name. So that's how you can separate a bigger string into smaller strings based on space. Now you could do the same thing depending on, it doesn't necessarily have to be space. It could also be like a comma or it could be a hyphen, anything like that. If you want to see how to do that, I'll just quickly show you. I'll just write down again, I'll write Gurpreet Singh but with hyphen this time and Priya Malhotra again with hyphen. I'll select these two, go to text to columns, delimited, next. Now this time there is no existing option. The existing options are tab, semicolon, comma, space. So we have to manually type. We'll go other and put the hyphen. And you see it's separated the hyphen. Soon as I delete this, it shows the hyphen, but when I enable it, it shows me what to do. Click next. Instead of the A column, I want it in the B column. I click finish and see the same effect we have over here as well. Now, moving on. Another function that is useful when you're copying text from say a Word document or you're copying from the internet somewhere and then you paste it in Excel. Sometimes a lot of the data that you have, it comes with some unnecessary spaces. So say someone's name could be written as space 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 Gurpreet and space and then something like that. Now this, it says Gurpreet, but there's so many unnecessary spaces here, as you can see, right? There's this much space here and this much space here. This is unnecessary. Now you can't go manually remove this from every cell. It will take so much time. So there's a function for that. The function is called trim, and what it does is it just trims the spaces. So how do you do it? Again, equal to trim. See, it removes all spaces from a text string except for single spaces between words. See, so let's put it to use actually. So Gurpreet, I will do is I'll write Singh as well and then I'll add some more spaces. You see now Gurpreet Singh is written like this, spread across. It's actually just one cell. If I show you, I'll look, it's just actually one cell this long. I want all the extra space to go away, so I'll put trim this cell, enter, there you go. Simply it has converted this, all these spaces are gone and just says Gurpreet Singh now. Now, sometimes all text is not written, in a proper format. Like here, Gurpreet Singh is written correctly, the G and S are capital, but sometimes it may be written as, like G is lowercase and then some other, letters are uppercase and, someone else's name may, you don't know what kind of text you get sometimes. So it's written like that. So you don't want the text to look like this. You want it to be in the same format. Now what you can do for that is you can change the capitalization of the words. For that you have three formulas: upper, lower and proper. So I'll show you all of them. I'll write upper here, lower here and proper here. Okay. So first let's put upper on this. You see it has all become uppercase, and then you put lower on this, everything's become lowercase, and then we'll put proper on this, and everything's exactly the way it was before because it's already in proper case. Now I can select this and just pull this formula down, and there you go. See, it shows you how this text, which was originally in different capitalization, has all been standardized over here, in Gurpreet Singh, and here Gurpreet Singh, and this Shukumar Ray. It's all in uppercase, this is all in lowercase, and this is all in proper case. So this helps standardize your data in Excel. Now another thing that you can use is it's not something that you use often, but sometimes it can be helpful. Say for example you want to see the length of the amount of text inside a cell, right? For that you have the len function. Now say you want to see the length of Shukumar Ray's name, right? Let me just clear this. So I'll go here, clear all. This is cleared. Okay. Now I want the length of these names. I'll just go len returns the number of characters in a text string. I want the length of this, and similarly I want the other lengths. Yeah. So now I know this is what the lengths are. Now another thing you could do is you could find a certain character inside a string. Let me show you like a more helpful use case for that. Say our name is typed like this, so it has a hyphen in the middle. So what I can do is I want to first find the hyphen, then I want to replace the hyphen. How do we do that? I'll use the find function. Now these are the options inside the find function. First I have to put what text do I want to find. So I'll put a hyphen, but always in double quotes. Any text in a formula, always in double quotes. I want to find this within this cell, and start num can be 0, but you see here it says start num with square brackets, which means that's an optional item. You don't always have to put it. So I can actually close the function here and it'll still work. And it tells me that the hyphen in this text is at the 9th place. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9th. It's correct. The hyphen is at the 9th place. Now I want to replace the hyphen, say with some other, I want to replace it with an underscore. So what I'll do is I'll put the replace formula. In the old text, I want to start at number 0 and I want to count till 9, and then I want to replace it with an underscore. And I finish this. Oh, I'm sorry. The thing is the counting doesn't start at 0, counting starts at 1. Yeah. So what it's done actually is it's replaced everything from the beginning to the hyphen and replaced it with an underscore. But that's not what I want. What I actually want is replace in this start at 9. I want to straight away replace this number 9, and I only want to replace one character with the underscore, and see, that's how it changes. The difference between the two formulas is very little. You see, if I do it again for you, now look at this. If you pay attention over here, it says in text in the cell A22, start at the 9th position, which is the hyphen, count only one letter, which is the hyphen, and replace it with underscore. And what it does is it changes the hyphen into an underscore, as you can see here. But in this one, the formula is the 1 and 9 are the other way around. So here it starts at the first position and it ends at 9 characters, which is whole Gurpreet and the hyphen, and replaces it with an underscore, which is not what we want right now. But you see, in Excel, the formulas are very powerful, but you have to be very precise in the way you use them. Otherwise, you can get output which is not correct, which is not what you want. So this requires a lot of practice. So keep at it, and I'll see you in the next video.